Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? All right, so we're going to get this thing started, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got an early night. There's football tonight, and that's a little bit more important to me than this election at the moment. This election could be a while. And could be a long while. Hey, T. Carlson, it's good to see you, bro. How's it going? Hope everything's going good, my friend. You know, I have a couple questions. Just what's happening? Does anybody know? We went out here the other night, and it looked like there were like Donald Trump had this thing in the bag. It was interesting. We were all going to bed like, hey, it looks like a Trump victory. It looked something like this. It looked Trump was up by a lot in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. Woke up the next morning, and it was like, hey, man, who's been in my house? Somebody came in and ruined things, and it was weird. It was really strange. President Trump actually came out and almost was pretty much declaring a victory, but it seemed like there was a pause button. Like all of the votes were coming in, all the states are declaring, but then there was a pause button when Trump started getting momentum. It was weird. Does anybody else not think it was weird? Or am I the only one who thinks that was kind of strange? Now there's some it was strange, wasn't it? It was different. It was odd. Never seen anything like that before. It was like the wheels are in motion and then they just stopped. I remember the Democrats, we had just talked about the Democrats are panicking and they're saying, go get the trucks, go find more votes. And apparently they found more votes. They found a lot more votes. They got with judges, and it seems like the rules were changing in the middle of the game. We're allowed to have, we were allowed to start having ballots brought to the locations and at odd times at night, in the middle of the night. Trucks were showing up with ballots, and it was weird. It's never happened before. It did happen in Palm Beach, Florida before, but that lady got fired because she was allowing all these ballots in later. So we're not talking about ballots here. It's not even about how many ballots are coming in. We're talking about there's a difference between ballot and a legal vote. That's what we need to figure out here. How many of these votes are legal, and how many ballots did they get? How many ballots, how many legal votes? And that's what they're trying to decide right now. And it seems like any challenges will be probably, they have until December 8th to file any grievances, and it has to be done before December 8th. So, guys, this is not a marathon. It's not a long-distance run. This is a sprint to get to the truth behind these ballots. It doesn't matter that people were not allowed to observe votes. Does that matter to people? Is something different? Is Trump's team, they're saying that they found thousands of illegal votes in Nevada already. They're going to bring that to the courts and probably get those tossed out. But do they have to continue digging for illegal votes, or can we just do a revote? Would that be a possibility, to do a revote and not a recount? Dan says, D. Carlson says, yes, it was strange. Legit doctorate says Biden 2020. Louis for Morale says fraud on the other side. Dan says Trump has it in the bag and the government is just buying time with the delay. Legit doctorate says if Trump wins, the system works. If Trump loses, it's fraud. BS. Yeah, that's how a lot of Biden, voters feel, and I don't blame them for feeling that way. If I was a Biden voter, I would feel the exact same way. But I do believe that the truth has to be said. The bipartisan observers were all in the court counting rooms. If that's the case, and we have a legitimate vote, people, then that's the way democracy works. But I do think that the truth needs to be, for sure, I just want the truth. Biden wins, he's our president. Trump wins, he's our president. But it's got to be done in truth. It's got to be done in the truth. And now, if they're finding these non-residents and these votes that are illegal, do they get thrown out? That's what we're going to find out. And the question to me is, if Trump was so far, if this was the truth, and I'm going to take legit doctorate side on this a little bit, because if the rest of the Republicans felt the way that Trump is feeling right now, wouldn't the Republican Party be out in drones right now saying, hey, what's going on? We need answers. But really, they're not. We're getting a few media faces, a couple of people here and there. Oh, I was left out of the room. Oh, they wouldn't let me in. But a few people here and there, isn't it? What about the big players in the Republican Party, the senators, everybody that backs Donald Trump in the party? Where are they at? I don't see them. I don't see the congressman jumping up and saying, hey, Donald Trump he's right. I don't see that. And that kind of concerns me, to where if this is just a Donald Trump game that he likes to play, he's good at it, then I'd really like to just get to the meat of this. But if this is a fraud, if there are strange things happening out there, I would like to know the truth. That's all we'd like to know. So that's how I feel about it. And I don't know exactly how everybody feels about it, but I wanted to open this chat room up to get the opinions of people like Legit Doctorate out there. He says, if Trump wins, let's save our country and economy. We are one nation. I agree. And if Biden wins, I say, let's save our nation and our economy. Now, there seems to be a lot of the Biden people who are just kind of keeping quiet and staying back. And however, if the Bidens were losing in such a strange way, I just would like to know, would there be riots going on? Because it seems like what we're experiencing now is the Trump voters, those really, hardcore Donald Trump people are out there now with their protesting going on. And we can't protest democracy. I didn't like it when it happened with Hillary, but we were protesting our democracy, the way we operate, the way we work. We can't protest that. We can protest the truth. We got to keep the truth. And that's what we honestly need to prevail. Whether it's Trump winning or Biden winning, the truth, as long as the truth wins, we're good with it. And we got to have faith in the system. Are we losing that? Are we losing faith in the system with this type of voting that we see going on? I hope not. I hope not, because we have a bunch of little kids out there watching. We have, I know my kids are watching, and I hope that they're not seeing the craziness or the idiocracy of the adults that want to come and challenge democracy as a system. So I really hope that doesn't affect, I don't want to see it go too far. Take a win, we can take a loss, but let's all just take each other and say, hey, we're one, we're in the United States of America, we're going to hang in there, we're going to be together as one, no matter what the outcome. We're going to stay together as one, because we are one nation, not 50 different nations or anything like that. We're one nation under God. With that said, do you remember this? We were looking at this the other night where Wisconsin, he was a shoo-in for Wisconsin, then he was a shoo-in for Michigan, then he was a shoo-in for Pennsylvania, and North Carolina and Georgia seemed to be more up in the air. He wasn't the shoo-in for these. They're not even talking about those, more or less. But Wisconsin and Michigan, he looked like he had it made. And then Pennsylvania, it looked like he totally blew Biden out of the water. They end up fighting votes after we said the Democrats are panicking, and Pelosi just called for people to go out and find more votes. And the strange thing is they did. Whether they were legitimate votes or not, we're going to find out. We got a long ways to go now, people, with what we're going to be witnessing here in this election. It's going to be a long road. Everybody needs to stay calm, be patient, and we'll see what happens. Now, as far as the Democrats and the Republicans in the Senate go, it looks like there was no blue wave like the Democrats had thought. And I kind of thought there would be a lot more Democratic people joining the House, congressmen. And there was more Republicans came over to the House's side. It was crazy. I didn't expect that. As far as the Senate goes, I believe the Democrats are tying it up 48-48 with a couple of independents out there. But that's a big loss for this woman right here. It's a big loss for her. It's a big black eye for Nancy Pelosi. It's a big shiner. She got a huge shiner on this because she said, oh, there's this blue wave and I've got this under control, guys. And she's the speaker. She's the one responsible for keeping the House together, keeping the House, building the House. She didn't do that. She, of course, her own state is all going to be all blue. That's the way Cali works. But she was a big black eye to the Democrats, and I believe that they're going to see it. And with that said, with this happening, with Pelosi in the House getting Republicans in the Senate, not really flipping, I think they might get one seat, not enough. But Nancy Pelosi is probably going to have to quickly either lose her seat or sign the stimulus package, which the stimulus packages that are going to be coming in now should be coming in because now that this all of this hoopla is out of the way and she made President Trump look bad for her agenda, that's satisfied now. Now they can go ahead and send over the stimulus checks and people can get paid, which will probably be getting a very Merry Christmas stimulus check for the families out there, which they were supposed to have already done by now, but we'll probably be seeing that. And now, which leads us back to the Donald Trump syndrome. Can you tell me who won in North Carolina? North Carolina? We will go there. And no, the North Carolina is at 94% reporting. Donald Trump has 50.1% of the vote. It's looking like he's going to be the winner, but they're not declaring that yet. It's going to be, he's got 2,730,000 votes. Joe Biden has 2,655,000 votes in North Carolina. And there we go. No matter who wins, it's protest, Prime Exotic says. I probably agree with that. There's going to be people out there going crazy because that's what they do now in the years 2020, I guess. Prime Exotic, 2 days ago, I went to sleep and I thought Trump was going to win. But when I woke up, I didn't expect the change and I was happy. The changes and I was happy. So Prime Exotic is for Biden. Okay. Yeah, I went to bed thinking Donald Trump was clearly going to win. And then I woke up and I was unhappy. I kind of wanted to see Trump take it, but that's how it goes. I'm not going to cry over it. I'm going to support whoever my leader is. That's how I roll. CC Love, I'm here again, 84-year-old widow. CC, can you tell me who won in North Carolina? Yeah, I just did that. That's still up in the air, but it's looking like Trump is going to take North Carolina. I mean, in 2016, Trump won and they called fraud, and Russia had something to do with it, and that's what the left said. Now that we called fraud, the left want to say, oh, no, the system is working. Yeah, that's kind of what it... And remember, Hillary Clinton never conceded to Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton has never conceded an election to Donald Trump. She still refused to do it. So with Donald Trump refusing to concede to Joe Biden, it's normal. It happened last time. So we might see a lot of what happened last time mirror in like the not conceding. Not only that, but Obama didn't have a choice to stay in the House because he was 8 years out. He knew he was out anyway. But Hillary Clinton didn't concede to Trump. Now Trump might not concede to Biden. Then there were protests for Hillary. Now there might be protests for Trump. So we might see a mirror reflection of the Babies Act, where people act like babies now because they feel like they have the right to be a baby about it. Here we go. We got M. Willis says, Dems cheating. Project Veritas, it won't be over for a while. Yeah, that's the true. It won't be over for a while. There's a long road. Everybody's going to be pasted in front of their news cameras or their house in front of the news and watching it closely, even though things really won't be changing much until we hit December. Unless, of course, Biden just goes ahead and blows out the rest of the water with all blue. And then again, who's to say it wasn't all fixed? The fix is in? The fix is in. I don't know. Does anybody out there think the fix is in? If you think the fix is in, type in the fix is in. If you think it's legit, type in it's legit. I am going to stay neutral on this. I would like to get more evidence as of now. I don't think I've seen enough evidence to say it's legit. I'm kind of leaning more aside to the fix might be in. The media's got their story for the next 4 years now, and the Republicans have something to get the Dems on. Hey, it was fixed. You never know. What's up, St. Gang Gang? It's good to see you, my friend. I hope everything is going well in your neck of the woods. All right, and here we go. Chris McKay says the fix. Road Lion says fix. I'm going to go 2 fix right now. 2 fix. How many legits? How many legits? Do we have any legits? I got more only fixes here. And here we go. We go with... So now the Republicans, the fix is in. We got another fix is in. I saw the bunch of shady videos, 3:30 a.m. to 4:30 in Detroit. Yeah, that was shady. You're right about the shadiness looking in Detroit. That was kind of weird. That was weird. CC Love, I voted for Trump, stood in line in Manhattan. 3.5 hours, my MAGA hat flew off, and a man picked it up and threw it. Oh, no. That was rude. Can't we all just get along? There we go. So we got people saying the fix. I don't hear anybody saying it was legit quite yet. Young man, I was once in your shoes. I was on all fours and then all twos. I said, young man, there's no need to be sad. I'll lube it. Won't hurt. Too bad. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Lola J says, you'll have everything you could ever enjoy. You hang out with all of the boys. Oh, she's singing a song. Lola J seems to be very happy, so she must have voted for Biden. If you win, congratulations. If you lose... If you lose... I use the Samir system. And Jack Ramirez says, we will get our 10K Idol grant. Will we get our 10K Idol grant? Well, Jack, the good thing about this whole mess is now they can go ahead and go through and go forth with the packages, with the stimulus package, which I believe it will be a very Merry Christmas for those. For the stimulus checks, everybody should get those. That's a no-brainer. But as far as the idol goes, we're getting closer now that there's no more agenda to be had. Everybody's out of getting their presidency wiggles out of the way, and Pelosi no longer has a stranglehold on American voters like she did. And she used that for her benefit, and it might have helped to put us all in a bind and make everybody feel bad so that they could vote in another direction. That might have worked for her. CC Love, if anything is fixed, there isn't anything can be done about it. Oh, Trump's got some people in the firing line right now, and there will be some things that are going to get done about it as far as casting ballots. Remember, again, guys, there's a difference between a cast ballot and a legal vote. Now, if they go to a recount, they find the ballots that were casted, and they count which ones are legal. So Trump isn't saying, I don't want the votes to be counted, the ballots to be counted. He wants the legal votes to be counted, not the illegal or anything that was secondhand not to be counted. That's fine. Whatever happens. We'll find out. TC Love, I am saddened by the state affairs. Lola J, hilarious. Karate videos and more. Trump will stay in. Emmerich Allen, who did you vote? I voted for Donald J. Trump. CC Love, I'm in Florida though. Here's the deal with Florida. We've got a Republican governor. We got Republican senators. We're a Republican state, so whoever president is, we're run by a state. It doesn't really matter. Even President Trump didn't do a whole lot for Florida. We're pretty much state run, so it doesn't really affect us too much down here in Florida. That's why I guess we don't really care. It would affect more of the California states and states like that are really heavy Democrat. It would affect them more than it would affect a state like Florida. So living through so much with COVID, riots, protests, anger is terrible. I wish morals and manners returned. I hear you, Cece. I wish they did too. I do wish they returned. It's hard to find these days. Saint Gang Gang. I don't get how Las Vegas voted Democrat. They got shut down and hit the hardest. Weird. They voting for more lockdowns. Be careful now, people, with the lockdowns that are going to happen. Get ready. Get ready for lockdowns being really heavy in those Democrat states. I don't see it happening in Florida or those heavy Republican-run states, but lockdowns in Democrat states will begin to take place as far as because of the COVID thing. This is the most concern that I have more than anything here, guys, is the COVID. Not the fact that it's going to kill people, but the fact that the control that you're going to be seeing maybe the government taking now will be more control than we've ever seen, ever. Even after the Patriot Act was nothing compared to what you could see if Joe Biden does win, which it's looking like he will. Lola J, I changed my party in August from Democrat to Independent. I'm pro-Trump. Oh, good for you. CC Love, laugh out. Lola, me too. Lola, CC Love. Lola J, I'm in Philadelphia. CC Love. At Lola XO. Emmerich Allen, what about Oregon? Oregon, what is Oregon happening? Oregon is totally Democrat. They got all the votes. Well, they're 57% Democrats, 40% Donald Trump. So every 4 out of 10 people you see are Republican. But Oregon went Biden's way. That was only 7 electoral votes. I thought you guys had more than that. Lola, I used to be in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. CC, how do I prepare? Lockdown? I'm alone. Lola J, CC Love, I'm immortal words of Hulk Hogan. Amen, brother. Yeah, it's getting ready to happen. If we see the Democrats come in, all they're going to be talking about is the COVID, which we all know what COVID is. We've all experienced it. We've seen it. I've had family members who have had COVID. I might have had it myself. I don't know if I did or not. I didn't go get tested, but I felt really sick not long ago. But as far as the lockdown goes, what they do is they have if you guys go look at the HR 6666 Act in Congress, you'll find the act for the TRACE Act. It's testing, reaching, and contacting everyone, TRACE. If anybody here is interested, you go to the TRACE Act. If you find the TRACE Act, you will find out that's what the Democrats want to do, and it's not cool as far as the testing and the lockdown goes. Everybody gets locked down in their house. If they have COVID, you're not allowed out. You're not allowed into stores unless you get tested first. It's a crazy system, and it's hopefully not going to take control. If we're going to keep going or lockdown, we shouldn't at least have conjugal visits. Yeah, no, I don't think you'll be allowed to have conjugal visits. I actually have a brother-in-law down in Northport who was tested with COVID, and he's not allowed to have conjugal visits. He's not allowed to have anybody visit him right now. CC Love, New York and North Carolina is a ghost town, or New York City is a ghost town. Lola J, I went to UPS store today. Have been going there for years. So there's and what we have right now going on in the Senate is the Democrats right now are at 46. The Republicans are at 48. If the Republicans hold the seat in the Senate, there won't be not much that the Democrats can really do as far as passing bills and legislation. So that kind of blocks them there to do anything stupid. Well, then again, it's Congress, it's the Senate. Like they're ever not going to do anything not stupid, whether it's Democrat or Republican. They both get out of hand. So did anybody notice, I'm going to ask them if everybody was watching, did anybody notice it seemed like things were starting to go Donald Trump's way towards the end of the night, and then there was like this pause button hit. Okay, pause, everybody go to bed. And then you woke up and it's a totally different game. Like all the states were counting. Nobody had a problem, issues, ballots coming in. Oh, this state just answered. Oh, this state just answered. Okay, this is going this direction. Then all of a sudden, pause. It was strange. Something strange was going on in the neck of those woods. Anyway, did anybody else notice that? Or was that just, I know T. Carlson said, yeah, I noticed that. And I noticed it too. That was really strange. I woke up and the Michigan and Wisconsin were light blue. And I was like, wow, Trump was so far ahead. Where did those ballots come in? Do-do-do-do. CC Love. Yes, CC. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Something strange going on in the neck of them woods. Anyway, it was weird. So I don't know if I was the only one. I wasn't the only one who felt it. I know that Donald Trump felt it too, because Donald Trump came out and was saying, hey, they could be declaring me the winner right now. And what's happening? It stopped. Wisconsin stopped. Michigan stopped. Pennsylvania stopped. North Carolina stopped. Georgia stopped. They could all be declaring me the winner. Arizona shouldn't even declare yet, but everything seemed to have stopped. And then there was confusion in the House. But even the Fox News was even saying, wow, Donald Trump should not have came out and said that. And it was like they even took a turn. It's like they twisted. It was like, am I watching Fox or am I watching CNN? So it was like everything just got really eerily strange within that moment. I'm just saying how I felt for the history book. So when kids go back and look at this saying, what took place? How did you feel? I felt like something strange was going on. I was like, what? How is this happening? Why aren't they just calling it? Isn't something weird happening here? What's happening? Why? Why is this happening? How is this happening? All the other states, look at Florida. Florida has 12 million votes. We were able to get those in and have them done by midnight and counted. No problem. That's how it should be done. Everything went smooth. And then all of a sudden, everything's going smooth in Wisconsin. Everything's going smooth in Michigan, and everything's going smooth in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and everybody's like, wow, this looks like Trump is going to win it. He's got the states that he needs, the states that he had last time, almost pretty much the same picture. And then pause, something hit. And I remember if you watched the video that we did on live the other night, I said, hey man, the Democrats are panicking, and Pelosi just called for more trucks to be found, more mail letters to be found, more mail. Then everything stopped and they went and they found more mail. I was like, what just happened? It was strange, people. And when I'm telling my kids about this, or my grandkids about it in another 40 years, 30 years, whatever it is, I'll be telling my grandkids the same thing. Dude, it was a strange night in 2020. Election night was weird. Something was going on. It was just, you could feel it in the air. And the thing is, and then the rules started changing in the middle of the game. The rules have changed to where, oh yeah, you can go get ballots now at 3:00 in the morning. You weren't allowed to get ballots. There's a timeline for a reason. It's so that if somebody else is winning, you can't say, okay, now let's go to code dashboard, get all the mail that you can find now. Go get mail. We need more mail. That's what it felt like. It was like there's a code. Something just happened where, they logged it in. They got to get it. They got to get it. And that's how it felt, guys. It just felt so eerily wrong that something was happening that shouldn't be happening. I would have taken the loss if it was like, oh, Trump's beat there. Trump's beat there. Trump's beat there. Okay, I get it. We're beat. We got beat. But when you're saying, wow, Trump's got this, then the next thing you know, pause. He doesn't have it. Something happened. And then the challenge is they got to be determined by December 8th. And now the court's not in it, and the Republican Party is kind of staying away from this. Where are they? Where's Senator Rubio? Why isn't he up there screaming? Why isn't the Republican senators and the Republican congressmen up there saying, what can we do? What's going on? The people are not stupid. We saw the voting. The people of America are not stupid. They know what they want. Now they're getting something other than what they asked for. And I know that something's happening, and so do you. I think everybody out there seems to be weary of what's actually happening. If the shoe was on the other feet, people, we may be seeing buildings burnt down. We would be seeing riots happening. We would be seeing bottles thrown. If the shoe was on the other foot right now, what would be happening? What if Biden was winning by a landslide, and then all of a sudden there's a call, go get more mail. Go get more mail. And then they wake up and Trump is the winner. What would be happening? Would they not be going ballistic? I'm glad that we're not going to do that. And I don't want to see that happen. No way. I say everybody remain calm. But don't tell me that something is not up. Don't tell me that something did not happen here. People, we know history. We are smarter than what they think we are. We know more than what they think we know. Apparently, we know that by the voting booths. We didn't see the blue wave. They called for the blue wave. The blue wave didn't exist because the people of America aren't buying what they're selling us. And I don't think anybody out there that went to bed the other night around 2 o'clock in the morning, Florida time, or 3 o'clock in the morning, Florida time, saw the polls changing as drastically as they did. Mail-in ballots or not, you're not going to find 200,000 more votes in a garbage bag or in a bus behind the building because somebody made a call. It doesn't happen that way. And then all of a sudden, everybody get out of the building, move out of the building, except those devout Democrats. It was weird, everybody said. It was weird. And you guys know it as well as I do. Something was up. Something was strange. It was different. Observing the votes. Are we not allowing people to observe the vote? That is ridiculous. Even when they were showing people counting votes in Michigan, I was like, whoa, something just doesn't feel right. And we get this discernment. It's something that's inside of each and every one of us. It's the discernment, the unctions that we get for being wise, having wisdom, having discernment, having to be able to tell when something strange is going on. Something strange was going on. Something strange was happening that night on December 3rd. Actually, it turned into December 4th, 2020. We were all witnessing it. You were there. I was there. We were looking at it saying, wow, it looked like at the beginning, Biden was taking it. Yeah, they kept giving him the states right away, which was cool. I get it. He's going to get those states. But then it looked like at the end, there's Trump states. We know what's going to happen now. It's Trump's day. He's got this. And I even declared it before I went to bed. I said, you know what? We're going to win this, guys. We got this. We could pretty much call it from the looks of it. And then the Democrats panicked and they said, go find more mail. We wake up the next morning and apparently they found more mail. And I'm not talking about ballots, people. We're not talking about ballots. Ballots ballots are there. Every ballot comes in. A ballot is different than a legal vote. If they got 200,000 ballots, that's one thing. But if they got 200,000 votes, that's cool. I'm okay with 200,000 legal votes. Good. He wins. Declare him the winner. Give it to him. He's my president now. I would support that. I'm okay with that. But don't come in and tell the American people nothing happened. There's nothing strange going on. This is how it usually is. This is 2020. And we can't say, here's how you count a vote, people. Here's how. Let me show you. It's not that hard. It's not like we need a whole big system to count the vote. I got about Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump. It's that easy. It's that easy. We're not talking about going into a system where we need to do algebra to figure it out. So don't take the American people as idiots and say we don't know how to count votes and something isn't wrong here. When everything is going 50-50 for a minute and then everything jumps to 90% to 10%. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. So we need things to add up. That's all we're asking for, people, is for things to be adding up. And if they're not adding up, then something's wrong. And if something's wrong, we need to know. That's all we're trying to do here, is get to the truth. We just want to get to the truth. And yes, is it a theory? Right now, it's a theory. I'm going along with a few things that have been brought up to the attention of the courts. I'm going along with the not being able to observe the votes. I'm going along with I'm going along with how I felt. And I don't believe I hear somebody saying that's a dangerous theory, but it's really not. All we want is the truth. If the truth is the danger of the theory, then I'm okay with that. If the truth hurts, then I'm okay if it hurts. It knows that I don't have it. But if the truth is going to set me free, it's not going to hurt me as bad. So what I'm saying right now is, let's go find the evidence. Let's find out if there's some evidence out there. But I don't want anybody going out there. I don't think we don't need riots to find evidence. Riots are not going to find us evidence. There's a system that we got to take in place. There's rules we got to follow. There's laws that you got to go by. So we're going to follow those laws. Trump campaign is not going to concede. Hillary Clinton still hasn't conceded. If everybody remembers, she still hasn't conceded. Trump's not going to concede, and we're going to go through the process and find out if something happened. We're going to know. We're going to go. There's going to be investigation. It's going to be a while, but we're going to know the truth. Do I think something happened? I felt like something happened, and I think so do you. Is there anybody out there who feels the same? It was all prepared, said Ann Holman. LOL. Lola J says, you've got mail. AOL. That's funny. Anna Holman says, it was all prepared. CC Love. Anna, what do you mean? Jojo Lowe. Me too, CC. They obviously had ballots waiting, says Anna. Lola J. When I see your name, I think of BB and CC. Anna Holman. They created them. They created the ballots, she's saying, and I kind of believe what she's saying. CC Love. Yes, like the demonstration. Thank you. Jeremy Black. You're spreading dangerous, evidence-free theories. Darren DiNapoli. Ann Holman. Absolutely. It was a plan. It's been planned for months. Yes, I agree with Darren after seeing what happened. The only thing wrong is it's taking so long, says Jeremy Black. Yeah, I agree. I think it took way too long. I think for the way things were rolling in the beginning and were rolling, it looked like it should have been done that night. It wasn't, of course. That's the problem. It should have been. Why are other states having such a hard time with it? That's what I didn't understand. If it would have just went smoothly the whole way through, I don't think this question would be asked. But the way everything paused after they said we got to find more ballots, that's what threw me off. That's what just threw me off. Other than that, I'm okay with whoever wins, as long as the truth comes out. But I'm not going to be riding on a conspiracy theory for the next 4 years. Trust me. The truth comes out that it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Something comes out that it did happen. Well, I thought it did. I've been wrong before, and I'm okay. I would like to be wrong with this, people. I really want to be wrong with my assumption that something was up. I'm okay with that. Let's go. Let's move on. Joe Biden, let's do the best job you can. Senators out there, do the best job you can for the United States of America. Do what you can. I support Joe Biden as long as he doesn't do something stupid. I'm with him, but I will support my president. I want our kids to have that same honor for the office that we had growing up, as we've lost it in the last 4 years. The honor for the office, we should have that, and we'll find out if we still do. No matter which way it goes, I will have honor for the office. He will be my president if he is elected fairly. And if he's not elected fairly, maybe it's not his fault. He might not have known. He doesn't seem to have know a lot what goes behind the scenes. He really doesn't. There could be somebody else that's pulling the strings. Who knows? But anyway, We'll find out, guys. We're going to find out. The truth is going to set us free. The truth is what happened. What really happened? Did anything happen? Hopefully not. Did somebody not know how to count the votes? Did somebody miscount a whole bucket of votes? We don't know, but we will. We're going to find out. BB the Store, Jeremy Black, come on, man. Just be impartial. There aren't any shenanigans happening outside the Trump mobs trying to intimidate, and disrupt. That's Jeremy Black's opinion. You know what, Jeremy? I respect your opinion, and I agree with what you're saying that, okay, and maybe it's true. There are no shenanigans happening outside the Trump mob trying to intimidate and disrupt. We don't need to be talking about Trump's mob intimidating and disrupting as much as we need to be talking about a lot of other disrupting that has been going along to bring us to this point to where we're even having this conversation about mobs and stuff like that. There was a seed, now there's a harvest. Seed, time, harvest. You sow, therefore you reap. So things were sown into having mobs and intimidating and disruptive forces. Now we're reaping a harvest of having mobs and protests where we don't really need them. But I respect your what you're saying there, Jeremy, and I kind of agree with you. And I agree. I don't want to see mobs out there disrupting and intimidating the process. We really don't need to do that. That's not going to help anything. We have courts that do that. We have litigation to do that. And that's the way we should take it. I can see people getting mad. That's fine. Get mad. But don't go out there and, like Jeremy says, we don't need to be disruptive here. Thomas Perdue, leftists plan on a coup that won't work, hopefully. Legit doctorate, neutral. Lola J, come with me and you'll be, Lola, yes, in the world of pure imagination. Raquel Zilak, look, what if Trump knew there would be an attempt to commit fraud? What if the ballots had been printed using special ink? What if it's inevitable to top regular ink? Yeah, you never know about that ink stuff. Indeed, this host is right. Neutral. Good point, my user says. Good point. You're not wrong, says Raquel. CC Love, it tells me something is off. Is it just me? Says CC Love. But Biden for 2021, hell yeah. My user says, Lola J, come with me and you'll be Lola J in the world of pure imagination. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Our nation, One Nation Under God, says legit doctor. Hey, Stemmer, can you, hi, if you hear, this would be my day if you said my user. My user, Gavin, wait, let me go back up. I missed a few. Dude, it's about mailing votes. Shoe junkie, if someone believes they pulled 130K votes for Biden in a row without a single Trump, you live in a fairy tale. Denopoly, you think it's right for our children to think cheating is okay. Jeremy Black, the mail-ins were held up from being counted until the election day due to our legislation. We now have to wait too long. So if that mail-in vote was held due to legislation, what happened to the other 45 states? Theirs was held up too. They managed to get it out just fine. My user, Gavin, this Roblox, my stemmer, can you say hi if you hear this? It would make my day if you said my user. My user, Gavin, this Roblox. My user, Gavin, this Roblox. My user, Gavin, this Roblox. Hopefully made your day, brother. Okay. Ann Hellman. Joe Biden, unfortunately, is incapable of managing a Dairy Queen, much less a country. Legit doctorate. One nation under God. Amen to that. Thomas Perdue. BS Biden is a tool of globalists. JN413, I love Dairy Queen and Joe Biden. She loves Dairy Queen and Joe Biden. I like Dairy Queen too. And I don't know if I like Joe Biden yet. I haven't seen enough of what he's done. But you know what? If he's my president, I will support him. Just not a few of his views. I don't agree with them. But I don't agree with a lot of Donald Trump stuff either. But I support him. When he was my president. If he's still my president, I will support him, and I appreciate what he's done for our country. Legit doctor, One Nation Under God. Lola J, are they really going to vote for him? Are they really going to take him home tonight? CC Love, I don't think anyone happened, but something strange feels weird. Legit doctorate, One Nation Under God. Christy loves Dairy Queen. Chris Christie loves Dairy Queen. That's a Republican. I'm sorry, Florida. Chris Christie. He's a Democrat, actually. Democrat senator or congressman. One of the few Democrats in Florida. Jeremy Black. The SOSs have done a crummy job getting ready for this, and they had plenty of time. So there's that. My user, guys, but Biden is old right now, and he's worse than Trump. But yet the only thing that matters if he's wise. Legit doctorate, one nation under God. Amen. I think he hates Biden, though. Lola met Chris. Wow, we got a lot of people speaking. Something ain't right, says Tony Williams. One nation under God, says Lola J. And we are one nation, and we will all get along. One nation under God. Amen to that. I'm with everybody on that one. Okay, I'm running out of time I will try to read this in faster. One nation under God. Will Trump get back Michigan? I don't know. That's a good question. St. Gang. Where are we at in the electorals right now? We are. They're going to try to get back Michigan. It was odd how he lost it. Hey, Stemmer, do you think is better than Biden or Trump? You don't know yet? Question. Mark, that was them. JND4133 March. I think everyone needs to chill out about hating someone just because they support opposing candidate. Doesn't make anyone less of a human being. Amen to that. Lola J. Are they going to vote for him? Are they going to take him home tonight? Noah Calvillo, are you for Trump or Biden? I am right now for the legitimate winner of this process. I voted for Donald Trump. However, I voted for Trump, and if I could have voted twice, I would not have done that. CC Love, yes, met them on the beach. Were so nice to me. Darren DiNapoli, remember one thing. We are all friends, no matter what you politically view you have. The most important thing is that all of us to work together and help one another get that 10K grant. Yeah, let's not forget about that, Darren, right? We're going to go get that 10K grant. And you know what? It's probably closer now than it was 3 months ago. Because if we think about that $10,000 grant that every small business owner is really should be getting right now, we're getting a lot closer because now there's no more agenda for Pelosi to hold out. Believing it or not, I think Pelosi might have done the worst thing she could have done by holding that out. Because right now, for Speaker of the House and those Democrats in the Congress, they're losing seats. And the Senate, it doesn't look like they might gain one, which won't help them a whole lot. But the blue wave wasn't there. Pelosi is in trouble. What is going to happen to her? I do believe that Pelosi was the big black eye of the Democratic Party. Shame on you for doing that to America, Pelosi. You should be fired from your job as the Speaker of the House. Anyway, there's no blue wave. Pelosi. And that's what I have to say about that. But I do believe we are closer to our 10K than we have been in about 4 months. So amen to that. Amen to that, Napoli. My user, Gavin Roblox, laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Hi, my user. Lisa Addison. Yes, it was rolling good. CC, funny. My user, I'm laughing so hard. There are many of us laughing, and there are many of us concerned. Many of us are not laughing. It's still up in the air, and it will be up in the air until the 8th because they're going to get to the truth, and I want them to get to the truth. And I should hope every Democrat out there as well would want them to get to the truth, because if this was happening to Hillary Clinton back in 2016, there would be widespread panic out there. There would be mayhem in the streets. And I would understand some of it because the election process would be in jeopardy. If it's in jeopardy, we need to know. That's all. But there's a process we have to go through, and we will go through. But should they have been able to change the rules in the middle of the game, saying, yeah, go ahead and bring the votes in, even after the time was allotted? If they're legitimate votes, yeah. I mean, if my vote was on that truck, I want my vote to get in there. If your vote was in that truck, I want your vote to get in there. Find out, we should have waited before we just said, let it in and start rolling these new rules as we go. We should have waited and said, hey, we have this truck out there and it's got 200,000 ballots in it. Well, where did it come from? Right over here. And then they do an investigation, which I'm sure there's going to be a lot of investigating going on here, people. This is what we're getting ready for, is the big investigation. The feds are going to be involved. Everybody's going to be involved, and they're going to be tracking this thing down before December 8th. We are all going to know what happened. And any challenges that are going to be determined by the courts, state-wise or federal, have to be done before December 8th. So now they're rushing, and they're rushing to get their evidence, to bring forth evidence, facts to the court saying, this happened. We found this many ballots that were legal. We found this many ballots that were illegal. These need to be taken off. And what could happen if we did a revote? Could there be a revote, not a recount? Could it be so bad as to where America would need to go back and vote again? That would be an interesting thought. Before December 8th, sure, I can revote again. It was easy. It took me about 2 minutes to open a paper and do it and then put it in. I can revote. Because if there was a system that was set up for this to happen, it took them a little bit longer, then they wouldn't be able to do a revote. Anyway, does observing the votes matter? Does that matter to anybody? That some people were allowed to get in, some people weren't? Or was that just a couple people, disgruntled employees that said, hey, I couldn't get in? Well, were they letting other people in? Were there other people watching them and you just happened to be one that couldn't? So who knows with that? I don't know about the observing thing. They have found thousands of votes, actually illegal votes, in Nevada right now that they have taken to the courts. They have found 3,800 that they brought there this afternoon. And many of them had residents, non-residents, and people that were dead, what they're calling ghost votes, people that really didn't exist or were not allowed to be voting, were voting. Where is the Republican Party once again? Where is the Republican Party on this? Where is, say, Rubio? Where's Graham? Where's McConnell? Where are these guys out there saying, what can we do to help, man? What's going on? This is not normal. This isn't how it works. We've never seen this before. There have been recounts. I get that. There have been recounts and things like that. But what we're seeing and how we felt that night, we've never seen or felt that way before during an election. It was strange, people. It was strange. And I have most of the people here, even the Democrats that are here, you guys are saying, yeah, something was definitely off. Something was off a little bit. It didn't seem normal. But of course, if you're a Democrat, you're going to be happy about it. If you're a Republican, you're going to be upset about it. Go figure. The Democrats can understand, I think, why the Republicans would be upset. And the Republicans can understand why the Democrats think we're being babies. I get it. It was strange. It was different. It was so weird. It was like, wow, it looks like Donald Trump has those 5 states. Big time. And then if we go back and the people that were here were with us, I was like, dude, they just said on the news, they just said there was just, I think it was Speaker Pelosi said, go out and find more ballots. They need to go out and find more ballots. It was weird that they would even say that we need to go find more ballots when things were flowing, things were moving, things were flowing. And then all of a sudden, pause, stop, everybody go to bed. Everybody, good night. Good night. Yeah, I thought it was weird. Even Fox News, the people were acting weird. They were like, yeah, I don't know why Trump would come out and even try to say he's got this in the bag yet. But boy, when I was looking at it, he had it in the bag. It was weird. Strange. We're going to be able to tell our kids about this, guys. This is like history like we've never experienced it before. It's an election that I think has more questions than it does answers. Right now, we've got a lot more questions that need to be answered than we have answers, because we're all wondering what happened on November 3rd, 2020. And one day there's going to be a book and it's going to come out that this happened and this happened and this happened. But right now it's just speculation. Right now it's fiction. It's a fiction book. Right now, until we get facts lined up, it's all fiction. Nobody needs to be going out throwing a bottle or even, I can understand people getting mad and want to go out and scream in the streets. Go do what you want to do if that's your thing. If that's what you want our kids to see. You want our kids to see people out there running around wild in the streets every time they don't get their way. My kid ain't going to see me out there running in the streets every time I don't get my way. There's a reason for protest, and there's a reason not to. I'm all for protesting. People here know that. I went and protested in Washington, D.C. about 2 months ago for the EIDL grant that they weren't giving us. I'm all for that. That's fine. I was the only one out there with the sign up saying, hey, man, we want our 10K. We want the 10K that you guys promised us because, hey, I'm a business owner. And they lied. So I went out there for a couple days with my sign, and they saw me. But I'm not going to go out there and with 1 million people and run up and down the streets and throw bottles and stupid stuff like that for my kids to see. But I will tell you this. When you believe something is wrong and you feel in your heart that something's wrong, you got to go with your gut until the facts. And if the facts prove you wrong, suck it up. You were wrong. If they prove you right, yeah, you can pat yourself on the back. But until they prove us right, then we need to chill out and let this process take its course. I guarantee you Trump has a lot more people talking about this and a lot more investigation going on than what we could offer him right now as Americans by protesting. That's not going to do anything good for this country. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. That's a good one, Lola. The reason it's taken so long is because of the mail-in ballots. I get that. The reason it's taken so long is the mail-in ballots. But what about the other 45 states that seem to have gotten them like that? Like that. It was no problem. We got them. States that were called way before the ones in the East Coast. Remember, the East Coast is earlier than the West Coast. And the East Coast is the one that's still having problems counting. And they were 3 hours behind. Theirs should have been done before the West Coast. I just don't understand how a couple states couldn't get it right. A couple states could not smoothly go through the process like the other ones did. You can't tell me that people in Pennsylvania, we have 10 million ballots in Pennsylvania that cast them by mail, when next door to them in Virginia, we only had 50,000 mail-in ballots. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. So you're saying the people in Pennsylvania and the people in New York are totally polar opposites from each other? Then why didn't New York waste I get New York is going to go Democrat, but West Virginia right there. They managed to get it real quick. Pennsylvania's right next to them. You're telling me that you found 10,000 mail-ins in West Virginia and you found 2 million in Pennsylvania? Something's not right. It's not normal. That's all we're asking for. Is we want to see things add up. We want to see 1 + 1 = 2, not 1 + 1 = 3. It doesn't make sense. That's all we're saying. So find out the truth. And why are those other states, why did they not get it right so quickly? I mean, I've got 13 million votes we got to count in Florida, and we had it before midnight. You've only got 3 million or whatever up in Michigan, and you can't get it by today or this morning? It doesn't make sense. That's all that's what we're wondering is why doesn't that make sense? Why didn't they call it? So with that said, I will let you all go. I'm just giving you guys a legit doctor says there's nothing to see here. There are bipartisan observers in counting rooms. It's a standard operation procedure. That's right, Speak. Yes, big time. Good point. There's nothing to see here. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. I hear a voice in the morning hour. She calls me. Radio reminds me. I love West Virginia. Raquel, talk to Rock. So question. Nancy Pelosi came back from vacation to get millions from the post office and nothing for us. So where did the money go to improve the post office? That's a good question, Raquel. I know everybody has that in the back. Everybody who knows Nancy Pelosi being so pushy and being buddy-buddy with the Postmaster General knows that something with the post office was going on. She was so gung-ho male. It was like to check her garage, right? No. Parody, criticism, and satire. Joe better have interim than Bill Clinton. Have a better interim than Bill Clinton. Boo. Be nice, parody. Lola J, even the Golden Girls could count faster than that. Legit, doctor. You're funny, Lola. You're a trip. You and Cece get along real well, I bet. Legit, doctor. I don't think that the GOP supports Donald Trump. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. A lot of them don't. Lola J dancing. Oh, she's dancing. Thanks, the drama goes on. Yup. The drama goes on. It does. Happy blessed. I'm black and voting for Trump only because I believe in the Bible. And you know what? Happy blessed. That is the reason I voted for Trump too. Exact same reason. Because I like that book. I like the person. And me and the person who wrote it are really good friends. I don't only know the book, but I know the author. And he told me to vote for Trump because I believe in that book. Sue Thayer. We've been waiting forever and the government to do what they want. I'm sorry, let me reread that. We've been waiting forever for the government to do what they need to do. Now they can wait for us while they count the ballots for each and every individual and be patient like we've had to be patient. Sue Thayer. Thank you for that comment. CC Love. Thank you for your channel. I subscribed. Bob Denver. Yes, Bob Denver. Good old boy. No, wait, that's not Bob Denver. Yeah. No, that was the Dukes of Hazzard. No, Bob Denver. Yeah. Bob Denver. He had a voice now. He was great. CC Love. I remember my dad had him in the 8-track player. We were driving down the road listening to Bob Denver. He was cool. He died in a plane crash. That was horrible. Take your great singer right on key. Yeah, right. I wish. Lola J. Love you, CC. Take care, darling. Lola J. Smiles. CC, Lola, we're friends now. Yep. Them two are truly friends. Found right here on the Speak of C channel. We can all be truly friends, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, but we all bleed red and we all want the best thing for this country. So let's be nice out there. Be kind to one another, no matter who we voted for. Let's be kind to one another. Let the truth set us all free, and we can move forward and teach our kids to do the same thing. And be accountable for our actions. Be cool, guys. Stay in school. That's praise the Lord, says Coca Lee. It's Trump's right to contest the election. Yeah, and they all contest it. It's what we're seeing is not abnormal. It's the Trump's right to contest the election. I agree with legit. Lola J says, "Hey, buddy." Lola J says, "You got to know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your ballots before the election's over, 'cause you can't count fast enough to make us all happy." Okay. Ann Holman, come back tomorrow. Cool. Good to see you. Thanks for coming again, Ann. It's good to see you always. God bless you and have a peace-filled evening. And enjoy your football. Enjoy the football game tonight. San Francisco play the Green Bay Packers. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to take my mind off of this. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Come back tomorrow. Good, Ann. I will. I'll be here tomorrow night just to see you. And Lola J. I can't believe Kenny is gone. I know. He's gone too. A lot of the greats have passed away. Legit doctorate. I have never certified an election the same night. No, I don't think we've seen that. Raquel, talk to Rock. But we have seen, like we did last time, we saw him come out that night, the winners come out and say, "Hey, I have won." Well, it was such a landslide for the Hillary thing that couldn't have been contested anyway. Raquel, talk to Rock. I was checking in with you guys. Everyone take care. God bless. Thank you, Raquel. It's good seeing you again, hon. Lola J, he know when to get out of here last year, right before the mayhem. Yup. That's when I get out, right before the mayhem. Everybody laughing, smiling, karate and more. Got his that on. Karate and more checking things out. Lola J dancing away. Lola J balancing. She crying or happy or she's laughing so much she's crying. Wow, what a singer. Ha, great host. Thank you, Lola J. Talk right. Bye. Bye, Raquel. We love woo. Says Lola J. Legit doctorate. It's Trump's right to be contested in the election. That's true. And Holman, we lost 007. Sean Connery. Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. Poor old Sean. He was the original 007. CC Love. Honey, I have one last question. Can Trump win? Yep, he can still win. Yeah. If he gets Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, would that give it to him? Pennsylvania would give him 234. North Carolina, 244. 249. Georgia with 9. No, not if they've already called Michigan. If he gets Nevada and Arizona, yeah, he can win, but the odds right now don't look really good at all. He would have to get a couple more states than what they're showing in his favor right now. And it looks like Georgia's coming back, and he's only 9,000 votes in front in Georgia right now with the late voting. And he's losing some of North Carolina, which I think he'll probably keep North Carolina, but Georgia looks like it might go towards, it might go blue here in a second. That's what 99% reporting. So they could close it, but if they closed it, Joe Biden can contest Georgia if he wanted to, because that was close enough to contest. And I'm sure he would. I'm sure Biden would contest the states he could contest. Trump will contest the states that he can contest. Well, Jay, when do you stream? What's your regular content? I found you through the search on Trump. I usually stream Friday nights, Saturday nights. I will just, if you subscribe and put that, hit that notification button up top, you will get it. But I just come in at random when there seems to be cool things going on. We come in and we stream, and you'll meet a lot of people here. You'll get to know their names and like Legit Doctorate. Never met him before, but he seems pretty cool. And like CC and Lola. Cool people come in here. You'll find karate videos and more. Comes here quite often. There are quite a few people that come here all the time. But it's good to see you, CC. Glad you could make it. You're entertaining, says J4ND4113. J4ND4133. Thank you. I'm glad I could be entertaining. And I'm glad that everybody is getting along here. It's nice to see when Trump voters and Biden voters get along together in the same room. Average, everyday people. Some of us a little more weird than others, but we get along just fine. And we're not just hacking at each other because you voted for him, they voted for them, but we can actually say, like back in the day, hey, I voted for this guy. You voted for them, I voted for the other guy. Cool. At least you voted. You got out there and did what you thought was right for the country. May the best man win, or may the best man not win. Either way, ain't going to change me much, because he who is greater in me is greater than he who is in the world. So that's all that matters. And that's where I get my help from. Even though I do honor the president, no matter who he may be. It's Trump's right to contest the election. Sean Connery was the babe. Sean was a babe and a gangsta, says Lola J. Sean Connery was the sexiest 007, says Anna Holman. I like him in The Birds. CC Love, I'm a profile. Anna Holman. Marnie. Lola J, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I don't know that one. CC Love. That's why I voted for him. Legit Doctorate. It's Trump's right to contest the election. Lola J. CC, you are principled. Yes, I am. I try to be. But I'm not a principal. Legit Doctorate. It's Trump's right to contest. Yes, it is. Lola J. For you. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Coochie goo. Come on, mama, light my fuse. CC Love. I spent 50 years nursing critical care patients, helping them live. I don't like the Pelosi view on this. Yeah, no, be careful with Pelosi's view on this, people. You don't want that. That would be ugly. Ann Holman, Biden won't contest because there are manufactured ballots. Oh, that could be true. It could be false, but it could be true. If there are manufactured ballots, then yeah, he would be an idiot to contest it. Lola J. But then again, if there are manufactured ballots, he might not even know. I don't even think Biden knows. It would be smarter for the people behind the scenes to keep him out of it if anything did happen. Lola J. She bounced around. Lola, you drink too much. You smoke too much. No, I'm just kidding. CC, you must have incredible experience. CC, Lola J said. CC, yes, honey. Lola J, can't we all just get along? Lola J, prayers. Oh, love that, honey. Lola J, I love Sean Connery in The Untouchables. That scene where he died. Wow. Lola J, smooches. Ann Holman, he was so hot. Leonard Zeppelin, Grand Funk Stones. Everybody rocking and rolling now, and I will let you all go. It's been a pleasure being with you all tonight. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. If anything crazy happens and you feel like, hey, we need to get on and talk about this, that's usually the time to get on and talk about this. So I just thought things were crazy, things mighty strange going on around here, and I wanted to get on and get your views on it. It seemed like there were some strange things going on, which you guys thought too, so I didn't feel all alone. Thank you in that. Lola J said, oh wait, Joe Fountain, haha. And Holman, laugh out loud by, oh, Lola. Yeah, Lola by Eric Clapton. That was great. Drink, drank, drunk. Don't play the D game. Drink, drank, or drunk. Can't say drink, drank, or drunk. Or you got to take a drink. Lola by Eric Clapton. Good one. Eric Clapton. Yeah, I play Eric Clapton. I got a guitar and I learned a lot of stuff from Eric Clapton. God bless you, son. God bless you, CC. Lola J. Eric Clapton is my dude. John Fountain. Love your videos. Very helpful. Thank you, Joe. I'm glad they're helping you. I hope everybody can watch those videos that I do. He's losing the hearing, by the way. Oh, no. You got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? That's a good one. I like it. Okay, guys. I will let you go. Yeah, Lola was la Lola da 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 dun. All right, guys. I will let you all